Hi, and welcome to another free StarCraft 2 strategies tip for us. Today we're going to talk about the Shokz StarCraft 2 Mastery Guide. Anyone who has tried their hand at StarCraft 2 multiplayer probably knows at this point that most of the competition out there is pretty tough, if not downright brutal. Demand increases supply, and so demand for StarCraft 2 tips and tricks has given rise to a massive influx of online guides, many written by current top-ranked Diamond League players. The StarCraft 2 Shokz Guide is just one of those guides, but manages to set itself apart through meticulous unit overviews, solid strategies, and an unassuming accessibility, welcoming veterans looking to improve and complete beginners alike. It's a solid reference for anyone seriously trying to pursue the ranks of Diamond League. Few guides are as patient with the reader as this one. The guide never reads as overly technical, with complex strategies and concepts worded in plain English rather than relying on lingo. Even when lingo is used, it is either carefully explained at length or defined in another part of the guide. In fact, the guide could even be picked up by someone who has never played the game, as it includes a solid introduction section explaining the game's basics from the ground up. Considering the target audience, information on what minerals and Vespene gas are, and how hit points work are probably unnecessary, but it's nice to see the effort put in to make the guide comprehensive, should a complete newcomer to StarCraft 2 or to the RTS genre itself decide to get in on the action. The Shokz Guide has absolutely no shortage of clever strategies that can be pulled off at any stage in the game. Harassment, defense, and all-out offensive strikes are all covered completely for all three races, with most including information on how specifically to alter build orders to accompany the strategy. Tips and example build orders also abound, which are a staple in all guides, but clearly and competently presented in this one. The strategies sometimes seem a little self-contained, though, and it would be nice to see them complemented with suggestions for contingency plans if they should fall through, which happens a lot more than most players would like to admit. Players using this guide might become a little too reliant on it, without fully understanding the mechanics of the game. Of course, this is really up to how much effort the reader wants to put into becoming a better player. The guide isn't a sure path to dominance by itself, but in the hands of a conscientious player, can be a good launching pad. The specific unit guides are excellent, and do exactly what they should. Counters both for and against each unit are listed, but it goes the extra mile by listing units that a particular unit would be decent against in a pinch. It's all solid information, which is crucial for the subject of counters, one that absolutely must be understood in order to excel at StarCraft 2. Shokz Guide does a good job of giving a general overview of how a particular unit fares in general against entire races, an important talking point that is often lost when talking about specific unit-to-unit counters. Knowing which units go well against which races allows readers to form game plans more effectively at the beginning of games, saving time and resources that would have been wasted on producing ineffective units. For those interested, the Shokz Guide is also in the process of providing walkthrough guides for each mission in the Wings of Liberty campaign. They are useful to anyone intent on beating the entire stretch on brutal difficulty, or for those who just want to unlock every campaign achievement. In fact, there are even specific achievement guides popping up that can be consulted. Rounding out the guide is a small offering of team strategies. These are specific strategies, though, and there is as of yet a lack of a good foundation of an overall team-based strategy. The Shokz Guide to StarCraft 2 will, without doubt, be of use to any player that chooses to read it. There is simply too much information here to not find something new or helpful that could key a drastic improvement in performance, if applied correctly. The onus is definitely on the player, though. Guides only take a player so far. The information contained within must be adapted to the player's current style, in clever and innovative ways, to allow a player to reach the ranks of Diamond League. The Shokz Guide makes such a goal attainable, which alone can be worth it to many struggling StarCraft 2 players. Thanks for joining us today, and don't forget to visit our website to get instant access to our free 7-day mini course, packed with StarCraft 2 strategies. Click on the link below to visit our website right now.